right, Danny Garcia has an opponent. The January 25th date that was slated for Errol, Spence, and he for Staples Center on Fox pay-per-view has now been changed to January 25th, Barclays Center, Showtime. And you can tell that this is a Showtime type of fight. He's taking on Ivan Redkach. Now, Ivan Redkach was slated to take on Adrien Broner sometime last year. I heard a few days in October. Adrien Broner retired, so the fight didn't happen. So let's talk a little bit about Danny Garcia. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation, just share the video. It's the best way to help the channel out. If you want to make a donation, that link's in the description. But pretty much Danny Garcia has some possible opponents. I heard Mikey was kind of still in the running, but Mikey didn't want that fight at all. Josito Lopez, if they stayed on the West Coast, that was their opponent. Sergey Lipinets was an opponent. Was a guy they talked about, but I know he refused to fight Ugis. And I know Mikey, I guess Mikey didn't want to fight him. So they moved it to the Barclays Center on Showtime, and Showtime picked up an early fight that nobody cares about. I guess Benavidez and his mandatory Adrien Uterman is still going to beat on the undercard just at the Barclays Center. If Showtime they only can afford fights like this, they might as well save their money and put that money they spending in boxing and put it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody want to see no stuff like this. No offense to Ivan Redkach. This is the second time he's fought at welterweight, and I put an article link in the description proving this to be true. This is the second time he fought at welterweight. First time he upset Devin Alexander, but he's been stopped by Denchinian, who Mikey Garcia beat for his WBC title. He's also been stopped by John Molina Jr. At lower weight classes. So he also got beat by Tevin Farmer as well. For those who don't know, Tevin Farmer outpointed him. And Danny Garcia is coming off a victory, a stoppage of Adrien Granados, which people who thought Granados was going to beat Danny Garcia didn't know shit about boxing. He outboxed him easy, and now Danny Garcia is going to be fighting January 25th at the Barclays Center, which is pathetic. Instead of, fighting Crawford and making a fight with Crawford, instead of Crawford, and he could have fought Crawford in December. You know what I'm saying? He could have fought Crawford. They could have made that Heisman Trophy thing a pay-per-view. But instead of fighting Crawford and giving the fans a fight they want to see, he'd rather sit here and fight Redkach. And I guess he's gonna wait for Errol Spence to recover. The Lipinets things is kind of fascinating because right now Lipinets could be on the Wilder Fury, ESPN. I don't know what it's gonna be, Fox or Showtime co pay-per-view. I guess it'd be Fox. He could be part of that pay-per-view. Versus the number one WBC IBF contender, Qdoba, that's what I call him, who beat Luis Collazo earlier this year. And they could be fighting for Errol Spence interim belt or full belt. So I haven't heard nothing on Errol Spence front about the belts. I know he was in negotiations with the WBC to become the Emirates or the WBC franchise title holder. IBF, I'm not sure. They real strict, but there's no word been coming out. I know Lipinets and the number one IBF guy from Top Rank could be fighting for that interim or that full belt, but I'll keep you guys on alert if I hear something. But Danny Garcia, it is what it is. This is his career. He's a failure at welterweight. He absolutely did nothing. He barely beat Robert Guerrero for his WBC title. He struggled a little bit with Paulo Malignaggi. He lost to Shawn. He lost to Keith Thurman. At this point, if you want to just play it safe your whole career and wait around for Errol Spence type of pay-per-view fight so you get on pay-per-view, it's time to hang it up. When you don't want to compete at the highest level no more, and you only fight once, twice a year. If you told me Danny Garcia was fighting 3 or 4 times a year, then this fight would be totally acceptable, but he's not. He fight once, every now and again, twice if we lucky. And at this point in his career, he wasted my time. He wasted everybody else's time out here fighting these bum bashes, dude. At the end of the day, I ain't supporting this fight. And like I said, if this was the only thing Showtime can afford, they might as well hang it up and get out the business. Just real talk. But the fight, Redkach stopped Devin Alexander. I think Devin Alexander was past his expiration date. He had the addiction, I think it was, to opiates. After he beat Madonna, Madonna broke his nose, and he just wasn't the same fighter after that. But that was a good win for Redkach. Instead of getting Adrien Broner, he gets Danny Garcia. So it's a good payday for him. A good opportunity to try to beat Danny Garcia and move up the ranks. But I don't see Danny Garcia losing this guy. This is a glorified sparring match. But if Redkach can do the impossible, we'll see what happens. But this tell you, man, instead of these dudes fighting Terrence Crawford, He passed up on fighting Shawn Porter too. Him and Shawn Porter could have held that Fox date at least. He's passed up on the Shawn Porter fight as well because I guess the WBC title wasn't going to be on the line. So I understood that. So he don't even want revenge unless the title on the line. Just to say, oh, I beat Shawn Porter. But Danny Garcia just moving too fragile. And I understand dudes, they say, I can feel what they doing. And I remember the amateur days not having no money and getting it hard. But at the end of the day, man, if you're going to fight once every blue moon, just get out the game if you're going to move like Danny Garcia. I would respect Danny Garcia if he retired. And just say, you know what, I can't hang Jermaine, I'm out. I would truly respect him instead of wasting the fans' time and wasting Showtime time and Showtime money. That's what he's doing. He wasting everybody's time. If you're not going to step up and fight a threat, if you're going to keep fighting tune-ups, and then hoping for Errol Spence to put you on pay-per-view, well, he got 2 mandatories. All right, and then after that, he'd probably be looking to unify if he keep his belts. But it is what it is. He is one of the mandatories, so maybe that's why he's preserving his spot. But, I mean, this is a boxing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out there and you saying you can knock out Terrence Crawford, why not just fight him this weekend? Why not do that? Just take that offer. If you can knock him out, I'm telling you, get that belt. You ride a shotgun in the welterweight division. Whoever want to be undisputed got to go through Danny Garcia. You got the last belt. But, Showtime, man, they viewership's going to continue to be trash. I mean, nobody be watching Tank fights on there. He only do like 400,000. He fighting Gamboa. Nobody absolutely cares about that. They put Lubin and Gallimore on there. That was a straight little fight, but nobody really cared about that. The viewership didn't do good. And like I said before, if Showtime really want to be players in the game, they got to put fights on CBS. And it don't sound like CBS or Showtime, which is the same company, is willing to do so. But to me, Ivan Redkach got absolutely no chance. He won't last as long as Granados did. I mean, Granados was tough. I just figured Granados played right into Danny Garcia's hand. A guy that come forward and is going to come towards Danny Garcia. A guy that's going to get Danny Garcia problems is a guy that's going to utilize the ring, box, come down at different angles, take advantage of his slow hands and slow feet, and I'll point him. Even if he fight Errol Spence, he got a great chance versus Errol Spence due to the fact if Errol Spence stick behind his jab and fight him like he did Mikey, he gonna have a great opportunity at pretty much washing Danny Garcia. He might lose a round or 2, maybe 3, but a guy that's going to utilize the ring, use his speed, box, and intellect, they usually outpoint Danny Garcia. Your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Terrence Crawfords of the world, they're gonna easily outpoint him. But I mean, this is what you get. And people that is doing media. And y'all go request to go to these fights and waste y'all money going to these fights. Y'all also got a voice in this as well too, especially the new media. Don't request to go to this shit. Even if you in New York, don't request to go to this shit. They want to act like new media don't matter. Don't go to this fight. Let the media be empty. Don't talk about it. And see if Kelly Swanson and them respect y'all then. See if Dan Rayfield and Kevin Aioli can push this fight. This is absolute utter garbage by Danny Garcia. Utter garbage. You could be fighting Terrence. You could have fought Shawn. I mean, you could have fought the better opponent. You could have offered Lipinets. But this shows you he preserving himself for a bigger fight down the line, which could be a Manny Pacquiao fight, to be honest. If Mikey going to fight on his own with an option, unless Manny going to wait for Floyd. But if not, I know Floyd going to fight an MMA fighter first. So Danny Garcia could be in the Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes, and he could be preserving himself. Because if Mikey going to tune up in January, February, then, Danny going to fight in January. So he could be putting himself in position to get the Pacquiao fight. But, hey, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think about Ivan Redkach versus Danny Garcia. Let me refresh your memory before you leave. He got knocked out by John Molina. He got knocked out by Denchinian, and he also lost to Tevin Farmer. All right. He beat the old Devin Alexander. This is his second fight at the welterweight division. I'll put an article link in the description. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Want to make a donation? No links in the description. Best way to donate, share the video. Other than that, man, check me out on social media. Active there. A lot of funny stuff going on there. All the links in the description. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, an article from Boxing Scenes in the description. And let me know in the comment section what you think about Redkach versus Danny Garcia. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV.